Hello everyone. In our previous session, we have completed topic content optimization. In our today's session, we are going to discuss regarding duplicate content issues, controlling content with cookies and session ID. But before starting our today's session, I would like to discuss the topic which we have covered in previous session. We have learned the concept of content optimization. Inside content optimization, we have seen that content is the heart of any process. So when you are going to write any content, you just need to improve your content in such a way that people is going to search for the product or services. At that time you need to present your content properly so that people can easily understand your website and people can easily come into the website. Now content structure is nothing but it is the formatting of your website. We can refer it as a presentation or style or layout regarding the website. So it is better to select very simple layout, and it is very much easy to understand the navigation structure of your website. So when you are going to develop the content structure, at that time you need to decide the presentation or style or layout of your file. Over here we have taken the example of two different kinds of font. One is called Arial and other is called Vardhana. In the Arial font there is no difference between capital I and small l, so which may create the confusion in the mind of customer. So when you are going to select particular font type, at that time you need to make the clear difference between the characters. Content length and word count. When you are going to write some content or put a content, at that time better to avoid lengthy piece of content. Why? Because generally that is not digestible for the customers or users. So try to use short forms as possible in the pages. Next is called visual layout. Visual layout is nothing but you need to put a content very beautifully, and the content should be simple, easy to understand, easy to use, and it should be easily replaceable layout, so that for the readers who is coming to visit your website, it becomes a good content. Remember one thing, that poorly designed website will not create that much traffic as regular website contains. Next is called CSS or semantic markup language. CSS full form is what? Cascading style sheet. So instead of using HTML tables or other designing tools, you just need to use CSS, which gives you the maximum SEO benefit. Google generally recommends the pages smaller than the 101 KB sizes. So when you are going to use and work with a CSS, it gives you the benefit to create pages that were small in size, and the pages that were small in size will be loaded faster. There is a lower rejection rate and higher probability of the page which is being fully read. We have taken one example, that suppose I will give you 10 pages for the particular topic, and other situation contains only one page which contains 10 different important points. So the rejection rate in the second case would be less. You will definitely read that points faster, and the page being fully read, there is a higher probability of that. There is a higher chances to read such kind of points. So always remember one thing, that when there is a small file size, at that time there is lower rejection rate, faster load time, and it is a higher probability or chances to for that particular page to be being fully read by the customers. CSS code is used to provide code or references, which reduces the use of tables and other HTML mechanisms for the formatting purpose. So it will definitely create positive difference for the SEO point of view. Next is called schema.org or microformats. Remember that in the June 2011, all the three major search engines came together and announces one standard which is called schema.org. That is a new level of commitment done by the search engine, which gives the concept of marking up content, and it allows more broader way for the publisher to provide information about the content to the search engine. Next is called markup in the search result. In this particular point, we have seen that markup is used to create rich snippets. Snippets is nothing but it is a small chunk. Small chunk means small piece of content. Generally, we are going to quote something, and that is called chunk or piece of information, which can be referred as a rich snippets. Here we have taken the example of snippet, which represents small piece of information which contains number of rating, number of reviews, and within how much time you are getting that review and rating. So that is referred as a snippets. Content uniqueness and depthness. Content uniqueness is nothing but when you are going to provide duplicate content in the website, such kind of pages is referred as a lower quality of pages, and you are not having chances to fetch those pages by the crawler. So always remember one thing, that when you are going to put content in the website, at that time you need to put your content in such a way that will create higher quality of content. See, by any search engine there is no specific guideline or criteria for the content lower quality of pages, but generally at least you need to put 30 to 50 unique words within the pages, so that it can be considered as a good quality of pages. Similarly, you need to put unique HTML text content which is different from the other pages. So when you are going to compare with the other pages, at that time you need to put unique HTML content, so that there is a higher chances to be there on the top. Next is called unique title and meta description element. Remember one thing, that when you are going to give the title of pages which is developed under website, that should be unique, and similarly you need to write meta description in such a way that represents unique content. Next is called video, unique video, images or audio content. See, your website suppose contains video, audio or images. At that time you need to put it as a, you need to maintain uniqueness of each video, images and audio. Otherwise you will not be there on the vertical search engine result pages. So proper guideline is not provided by any search engine, but from the discussion which is done by the engineers, they have listed few points regarding lower quality of pages, and you can create higher quality of pages. And what is first point? Approximately 30 to 50 unique words you need to put in the content page. You need to write unique HTML content. You need to write unique title and meta description tag. Again, you need to write unique audio, video and image content. So that uniqueness you need to maintain. So that is all about our previous session, which is based on the content optimization. Now let us begin with our today's session, that is called duplicate content issues. Now see, duplication means what? When you are going to put a content in the website and that content is available on the other website, at that time there is an issue which is called duplicate content issue, or we can say there is certain kind of content which you have used in your site, but that website already contains license of that particular content. At that time piracy issue may be generated and you need to give the payment for such, which is called duplicate content issues or duplicate content penalties. So there are certain points which we need to discuss regarding duplicate content issues. Are first is called unique content. So before discussing that points, let me read out the 3 points which is part of duplicate content issues. A duplicate content can result from many reasons, including licensing of content to or from your website, site architecture flaws due to non-SEO friendly CMS, or piracy. Suppose you have used content management system which is non-SEO friendly. In those cases, as well as if piracy issue are there, at that time duplicate content issue occurs. Thus today we are faced with a world of duplicate content issues and duplicate content penalties. Here are some definitions that are useful for this discussion. Number one, unique content. See, now unique content means what? You are going to put certain kind of content in your website which does not available in the other website. Generally it is written by the humans and it is different from the other combinations of letters or symbols or word which is available on the web. So it will compare your content with the other website contents, and suppose you have written that particular content, so it is completely different and it contains different combinations like letter is there or symbol you have used or certain words is used by you which is not available on the other website. Next is called snippets. Snippets we have already discussed in our previous video. Snippets is nothing but it is a small chunk. Chunk means piece, right? So it is a small piece of content. Generally snippet is referred as a quotes that are copied and reused. See, quotes can be easily reused, right? Sayings are there, right? So that can be easily used. So when you are going to write snippets or when you are going to put small chunk of content, at that time you can reuse the quote or you can copy certain kinds of quote. These are almost never problematic for search engines. And see, when you want to put certain quotes, right? Say for example, if your website is related with the Mahatma Gandhi, right? So you are going to put certain quotes which is said by the Mahatma Gandhi. So that quote may be available in the other website also. So that is referred as a snippets. And remember one thing, that when you are going to put snippets in the website, which will not create problem for the search engine. Why? Because the search engine knows that these codes can be ready-made and it can be used always, especially when included in a larger document with a plenty of unique content. So if your document contains a unique content, at that time if you have putted certain kinds of code which is already available in the others website will not create any problem for the search engine. Next is called singles. Singles means what? It is again a small phrase segment. Generally it is referred as a 5 to 6 words, and it checks the presence of the same segment on the other pages or on the web. That means when you are going to use singles, at that time you are going to make a group of 5 to 6 words, and you are going to create small phrases or segments, and you are going to check that that particular group of 5 to 6 words are consecutively available on the other website or not. That thing you are going to check. So singles is nothing but using singles you are able to create one phrase, or we can say you are going to create group of 5 to 6 words, and you are going to check that that particular 6 words are consecutively available on the other website or not. So when there are too many singles in common between two documents, the search engine may interpret them as a duplicate content. So remember, always remember one thing, that there are too many singles available in two documents. That documents is referred as a duplicate content. Next is called duplicate content filter. So this is when the search engine removes significantly similar content from the search result to provide better overall user experience. So remember one thing, that when search engine finds more than one duplicate pages, at that time search engine automatically filters the duplicate records or duplicate pages. So when this has been done by the search engine, which will automatically create positive customer experiences. Next is called duplicate content penalty. Generally penalties are applied rarely, or it can be applied in worst situation. It cannot be applied always. If you put some duplicate content, or if you copy some content from others website and search engine gives you the penalty, such case will not be happened, right? So generally penalty are applied rarely. But what task has been performed by search engine? If search engine finds duplicate content within the website, so the engine automatically devalues those pages, or search engine will ban those web pages. So that will be banned, and you will not get found by the search engine result pages. So as a penalty, generally search engine gives the devaluation to those pages, or automatically bans to those web pages which found as a duplicate content. Let us refer these all points once again. In our today's session, we are going to discuss duplicate content issues. Now remember one thing, that duplicate content can result from many reasons. Number one, if any website has licensed content, or piracy is there, or if site architecture flaws due to non-SEO friendly CMS. These all are the reasons why duplicate content is occurred, or for that you are having duplicate content issue as well as duplicate content penalties. We have taken certain points in the discussion regarding duplicate content issue. Number one, unique content. Unique content is generally written by the humans, and it is generally not available in the others website, because you have used different types of combinations of letters or symbols or other words which are not available on the web. Next is called snippets. Snippets referred as a small chunks, or we can say it is a small piece of content. Generally you can use quotes inside the snippets, and remember one thing, that when you are going to put a quote inside snippets, at that time that quotes can be copied or it can be reused. So remember one thing, that when you are going to reuse snippets or any quotes, at that time it will not create any problem for the search engine, because you are having larger document which contains a plenty of unique content. So if you are having thousands of pages and you have copied only one quote inside the page, which will not create any issue for the search engine. Next is called singles. Single is nothing but you are going to create one phrase using 5 to 6 words, and you are going to check the same phrase is available on the others website or not, right? So if too many singles are found, in such cases that content is considered as a duplicate content, and it can be interpreted by the search engine. Next is called duplicate content filter. Remember the one thing, that when you are going to put a duplicate content in the website, and if search engine founds many pages which contains a duplicate content, at that time it will automatically remove those pages, and to create a positive experience of user. And last is called duplicate content penalty. Generally search engine will not give any penalty for the duplicate content, so it is rarely applied. But in worst situation, the steps which has been performed by search engine is what, it will automatically devalue or degrade your pages, or it will ban your pages in the search engine ranking pages or search engine result pages. So as a penalty, when your website contains duplicate content, your web page should be banned by the web search engine, or it should be devalued by the search engine. Now next point is how search engine identifies duplicate content. So there are few facts about duplicate content that allow mentioning, as they can trip up webmasters who are new to the duplicate content issues. So there are several facts regarding the identification of duplicate content, right? So how search engine came to know, or how search engine identifies that this content is already available on the others website. So number 1, location of the duplicate content. So is it duplicate content if it is all on my website? Yes, in fact duplicate content can other within a website or across different websites. So remember one thing, that the duplication of website would be, or we can say duplicate content on your website would be performed within the same site. So you are going to copy the content of your website only, and you are going to put it again in the your website, or there is a possibility that you are going to put or copy your content from one site to the other website. Next is called percentage of duplicate content. So when you are going to copy some content, at that time in how many percentage you have copied the content, whether you have copied 30 percentage of content, or your website contains 50 percentage of content, so that percentage of duplicate content you need to maintain. So what percentage of a page must be duplicated before you run into the duplicate content filtering? Unfortunately, the search engine would never reveal this information, because it would compromise their ability to prevent that problem. So remember one thing, that percentage ratio of the duplication should not be revealed by the search engine. It will automatically prevent such kind of problem. Next is called ratio of code to text. Sometimes it may be possible that while you are trying to create a website and you are going to put a content in the website, at that time there is a possibility that your website contains a code which is very much huge, and there are very few unique HTML elements available on the page. So it may be possible that Google considers those pages as a duplication of one another. So you need to maintain ratio to the ratio of code to text. Next is called ratio of navigation elements to unique content. So remember one thing, that if your website is created which contains lots of pages and you have put in a huge navigation bar, it also contains lots of header and footer items, but only a little bit of content you have put it inside the content area. At that time also, will Google think these pages are duplicate contents? So remember one thing, that when you are going to create website which contains a huge navigation bar, which contains a lots of header and footer items, at that time you also need to focus on the content of your website. If your website contains only a little bit of content, it can also be considered by the duplicate contents by the Google or any search engine. Next is called license content. A license content is nothing but when you are going to copy some content and you want to avoid some penalty or duplications, at that time you can purchase a license from other web sources to show to your visitors or customers. So what should I do if I want to avoid duplicate content problems, but I have licensed content from other web sources to show my visitors? So these all are the points which are related with the how search engine identifies duplicate content. Let me repeat these 5 points once again. Number 1, location of duplicate content. The location of your duplicate content may be within the same website or it may be within the different website. Next is called percentage of duplicate content. That means how many, but in what ratio, or we can say in what percentage you have put a duplicate content in the website. So that percentage ratio should be maintained, but unfortunately Google or any search engine would not never reveal this type of information. It will automatically manage this type of problem. Next is called ratio of code to text. That means if your website contains a huge code but there is only few unique HTML elements you have put it inside the page, at that time Google may think that these pages are considered as a duplicate pages. Next is called ratio of navigation elements to unique content. That means if your website contains a huge navigation bar, it also contains lots of header and footer information, but you have put it only a little bit of content, at that time Google will also think that these pages are considered as a duplicate contents. Next is called license content. When you want to avoid the duplicate content problems, at that time you can purchase license from the various sources which are available on the internet to show that license to your visitors. So these 5 are the points which are related with the how search engine identifies duplicate content. Now last point is called second last point is called how to avoid duplicate content on your website. Here is the summary of guidelines on the simplest solution for dealing with the variety of scenario. First of all, you need to use Canonical tag. Now what is canonical tag? It is a way of telling search engine that a specific URL represents the master copy of pages and it prevents the duplicate content problems. So this is the next best solutions to eliminating the duplication of pages available on the website. Let me repeat once again, we are going to discuss the points which are related to avoid, how to avoid duplicate content on the website. And first option is what? You can use canonical tag. What is canonical tag? Using canonical tag, you are able to tell the search engine that this particular URL is referred as a master copy of your web page. So using this canonical tag, you can prevent from the duplicate content problem. So this is the best possible solution to avoid duplicate content regarding the website. Next is called use robot.txt. We are going to see the practicals based on the robot.txt file. So when you are going to use robot.txt file, it will block the search engine spider from crawling the duplicate versions of pages on your website. So robot.txt file gives you the facility to using which you can block certain kinds of duplicate pages, and that pages are not crawled by the crawler. So you can restrict the crawler using robot.txt file. Now use the robot's no index meta tag to tell the search engine not to index the duplicate pages. That means again robots, you need to use the robot no index meta tag, right? Using no index meta tag, you are going to tell the search engine that these are the pages which you do not need to crawl. So using these three options, or we can say these three are the guidelines using which you can avoid the duplicate content issue problem in the website. So be aware, however, that if you use robot.txt to prevent a page from being crawled using no index or no follow on the page, itself will not make sense. The spider cannot read the page, so it will never see the no index or no follow tag. So always remember one thing, that when you are working with a robot.txt file, your pages are prevented from the spider. Last slide is related with the how do search engine interpret cookies and session ID. Remember one thing, that search engine never interpret cookies or session ID. So the search engine spider are not built to maintain cookies or session IDs and act as a browser won't accept cookies. So why would you want to use session IDs or cookies to control search engine access? Number one, showing multiple navigation path while controlling the flow of link. That means when you are having multiple navigation paths, right? See, you are selecting certain kind of template in the project. Say for example, in the top area or in the header area, you have put a category over here, right? Similarly, in the left bar also you have put a category tag. So in both cases it will open only one content page, so it may be considered as a duplicate content. So your website showing multiple navigation paths while controlling the flow of link. So next is called keep limited pieces of pages content out of the search engine indexes. So when you want to create certain kind of content pages which is limited, at that time you can use cookies or session IDs in the search engine. Next is grant access to pages requiring login. Generally we are going to create that kind of website in which you compulsory need to perform login first. then and then only you are able to access certain kinds of pages, or they will give you the permission to access pages after login only. So at that time also you need to maintain cookies and sessions in the website. And next is called avoid duplicate content issues. So when you want to avoid duplicate content issues, at that time also you can use sessions and cookies in the website. So this is all about the points which are related with the duplicate content issues, controlling content with cookies and session IDs. In our next video, we are going to discuss regarding content delivery and search spider control. Thank you all.